Hello everybody, welcome to a cozy review. Today we are talking about When the Tides Held the Moon by Vanessa Vita Kelly. I am obsessed with this book right now. This is a new favorite read. I don't know, we're having a good year so far in having 5-star reads and being obsessed and like, oh no, this is my favorite read now. Oh no, this is my favorite read now. And this is no exception to that rule. I did read this as an arc. I did read it on time. This review is just coming out late because life has been chaotic, but we need to talk about this beautiful, beautiful baby here, okay? This is a historical fantasy, so it is set in the 1910s, and we have Benigno, who is he's a Puerto Rican immigrant who was trying to live off to a better life after the woman who was taking care of him passes away and tells him to, go, land of dreams, go to America, only to wind up working in really bad situations, especially because he is asthmatic. He has very hard time breathing, and he's working with like coal and metal and doing the dirty jobs in New York with a bunch of Irishmen who bully him for one, and get him fired for one. They like cut his glove, and he goes to pick up I think on a poker or something, but something that was very, very heated because of the stoves that they're working with, and burns his hand. But all the while he was also deceived by his boss, who asked him to help make this giant commissioned cage, this tank. And he does, and he thinks he's going to get credit for it, but of course he does not, because he is a little Puerto Rican guy in a white man's world at this point. But the guy who commissioned that tank runs this circus, this kind of circus freak show, and sees something in him and is like, oh, bring you on board, kind of. And it's not a direct bring on board, there's a little bit more steps to it, but essentially for the sake here, brings him on board to help him make sure that this tank is secure, because they're going to fill it with water and they're putting something in it. What are they putting in it? Well, if you can't see already by the description of here, we have a merman. This is a queer historical fantasy, and they go out into the ocean to capture this merman or mermaid. They're not picky, but there are two of them out there, the merman and a mermaid, and the mermaid is his mother, and very, very quickly on, Mum turns to sea foam, as one does in these situations, but her last parting words to Benigno is to save him, and from then on, Benigno kind of has this guilt for capturing the merman, and what I really, really loved about this book, I loved a lot of aspects of this book, is the arc of their relationship. So it starts off with, our merman being very mad that he has been captured and stuff and taken away from the ocean. And the trust that is built between them is very slow building, and it's done delicately and very, very well. I think that was one of the best things. There wasn't like an insta-love situation that a lot of romantic fantasy books and stuff will have. This one does not do that. It handles the progression very, very nicely. Along with that, one of my favorite things, as you guys know, is found family. There is, a band of circus freaks. We have a fat lady, we've got conjoined twins, we have the flexible Fraulein, we have a fire breather, we have a little person, we have a lot of different people. We have a super strong man and stuff. We have a lot of different stuff, and the whole of the found family is so nice, and kind of seeing through the ruse of the circus and what they really are and who they really are to each other is fantastic. All the while we are led, is it Sam? I've already forgotten the main, Sam Morgan is the guy who runs it, and he is obsessed with the mermaids because he's been made a fool of since he was a kid when he first encountered one, and of course nobody believes him. So it's been like his life mission, not only to prove this thing really existed, but to prove other people wrong, as there is a competitive circus that is just stealing all their old stuff, and it's kind of their last hurrah to save the circus is by using this merman. But things are, of course, very, very complicated. So I'm trying to pick a good page to show you stuff, because one of the things that I super love in this book is that there are beautiful illustrations. So here's our little found family of everybody here. And it's this kind of black and blue ink that always highlights. This is one of the pictures I feel like I can show you. That one I definitely can't, because that's big spoilery. But like even the chapter titles and stuff have this contrast with the blue, and I really like that. Like here, like even like here's a chapter 6. It's got this beautiful, if you guys can see all this stuff. And I read this as an ebook at first because it was an ARC. So the ebook did kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Reshape it a little bit, deform it. So it wasn't as, I couldn't appreciate it as much as like the art here in the physical copy, which I had to immediately get and got during my bookstore crawl this year. But absolutely excellent. And I love the character arcs, not only for our 2 main characters here, but for the entire cast of characters. Everybody has an arc. There is, especially with Sonia, who is the flexible Fraulein. You know, she's a contortionist. And you kind of suspect what's going on behind the scenes for this. She's a very young girl, and she's kind of dreamy, or has these kind of naive dreams, even though she's embroiled deeply in Sam's world and what he's kind of using her for in terms of getting the circus money and stuff. And I thought it was just so well done with her arc in particular, because there's a point where you're like, I can't stand you. But the overall, you understand her motivations. You understand everybody's motivations in this book. And it's just so beautifully done. I literally have no notes. I mean, what's one note I would give it is, why does it end? Why did it end? This book should be 5,000 pages of me just reading about these characters, because once you fully get into even the romance part of this, it's so beautiful. The prose itself is so good. Well, awkwardly, my microphone died after I just figured it out, but essentially what I do for the next minute is continue to gush about how amazing this book is, and I also mention about how there is a very nice, intricate layering with different language in this. There is a glossary in the back that defines all the words, but there's tons of languages that are used very appropriately in this, and there's also lyrics to some of the songs that are featured in this, because Benigno does play instruments and sing some songs. And overall, this book is just quite fantastic, and you should go get it right now, and you should experience the joy of reading this book and loving these characters and just having this experience. This is definitely not a book you want to sleep on. It's relevant even though it's historical, so go check it out now. Absolutely don't sleep on it. When do I stop talking? Well, soon. There.